Hey, happy Thursday. Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. We're here to make positive points for breakfast, help you become a better and more successful trader. And I think we're doing that and accomplishing that. Wanted to show you just pre-opening bell and then pull up the bullet points so that we can together go over kind of what happened today. So pause this for a second and read it. Just to recap, our historicals were for a short. Made a note about a golden cross on the Russell right when we're at a peak, a golden cross back here, which would have been a wonderful spot to take up some momentum. Ended up rotation out of the Russell and into the NAS and into the S&P. And this is kind of what happened. Bam. So we lost 2 on the market. And as you can see, LNL, and we won on the Russell. I ended up splitting the contracts 8 and 9 and 11 because we'd already lost these so quickly. When it got to 9, I wanted to make sure I took some positive points, and it was kind of going right at 9 points was at the 200, and then it broke through, and then no problem. So we got 9 and 11, average 10. We got negative points, but positive currency units. And then you can see on the 1 hour, right at 9:30, we were coming up to the 200 period on the NASDAQ. I mentioned that 291 was a key level to get above. And man, once it got above that 291, it launched. So you can kind of see, we'll go over the limit orders and what I did there in 1 second. So on my limit orders, I went the other direction, did long at I think 290 or 289.50 on the NASDAQ and 41.1950. Got into all 3 limit orders because these filled in the first candlestick, the 8 points and the 24 points. I took off the DCA because I didn't want to go, if it kept going down and there was rotation out of it, I didn't want to become negative on the day. So took it off and got stopped out at 88.3. So that was the day we had market. As you can tell, we lost 2 out of 3, but positive currency units, which I'll show you. And then limit orders, 2 out of 3, positive currency units. So that's good. And here's my end of day stuff that we'll go over right now. So barely hit my call, but again, you know, in this zone that we were at, hit the spot. It went down overnight to the bottom of this newest channel that I just drew, which was actually a 618 in the 513 low, and then a 75 retracement, 76 on the newest low. And we talked about anything this morning, anything above 41.22 was solid. So we've just been going up and going to the 41.4250, which on the 1 hour is the bottoms of some key levels. And I'll show you that in a second. 41.52 is a key level, and end of day, I'm thinking 41.60 up here. If we can get above, maybe we might go all the way up to 41.75 and then pull back, or 40.95. We might pull all the way back down and end up below, kind of above this line in the sand at 40.90, but above here. So we shall see. Let me show you the 1 hour real quick. So on the chart, you can see this line right here, 41.4325, 41.4250, somewhere in there. You can see this crosshair, and it's coming up to it. That's going to be the first line of contention, and then a pullback to the 200 period on the 1 hour. I like it, and then go long. So I changed this. The middle is more around 40.90, yeah, 40.95. So these are my 2 end of day predictions on the S&P. All right, so here again, hit the spot right at that 13.2. The EMA is where I thought we were going to hit end of the day, and just below it, which we came up and perfectly right there. So we hit the spot. Actually, all three look very similar today, is what I noted. I did the NASDAQ last. It came down to a 618, bounced, and now we're launching. We're at the 50 period. We're above the 10. So finished right at the 89 period. So I'm thinking 13.5. We're hitting for sure today. I called that this morning. 13.6 is going to be really tough to get above. So, you know, I'm looking, let's see, end of day right now. Let me make it. So put it right at that 13.5. We might get up and then pull back. We might finish the day at close to 13.6. I mean, that puts us above every EMA if we can get above that 21 period. And it may stall. This might be the most that it gets and pull back to the pivot point just above the 10 period EMA. So looking for a strong day. In the NAS, let's look at the Russell. And as I mentioned, all three hit the spots that I picked. It was barely bearish on the day. We closed below the 2200, which I thought was significant. It pulled back, you know, right to the new channel that I drew, right to the channel and the 89 period EMA overnight. It bounced up from there. That was almost a 618 fib, like a 57%. So is it going to stay in this, you know, bullish? It was bearish for most of the time. Now the Russell seems to be following the other two. I know that there was a rotation out of the Russell. It just seems like right now, you know, big cap, everybody's excited about today with the job news and things. So it's like into big caps, into big caps. So this might be a struggle today. So let me think about that and give my two end of day predictions. I know this seems way down there in extreme, so I don't think it's going to get there, but I'm putting it there, or this, you know, 2206-ish, just above that 2200. It could go all the way up to this 50 period. We'll see. So let me give you the totals and we're done. Thanks. All right, here's the totals. Market, we went short, backtested call. We lost 2 of 3, so -4 points and -12. And then we made 10. So we were -6 points, but we were positive currency units, just the way that it worked out, because the Russell is 10 and the MES is 8. And on my limit orders, we made 2 out of 3. So total of 27 points and currency units 126. So good day. Thanks for being with Futures to More, Futures Networks Live. Talked about a lot this morning, you know, anything over 291 in the NAS, anything over 4122, and then the 2200, which we're right there right now on the Russell. Got to close above it and trade that the rest of the day. All right. See you tomorrow. Aloha Friday.